dashboard. I think my goal would be to really focus on what are the benefits that the customers get by using this kind of a whiz. And you may have some questions on, hey, how did you do this? How did you do that? Probably, I think you guys can, someone can basically unwrap this and then, show it to everyone else from a tech standpoint. Okay. So this one is actually meant for head of sales of a B2B company. Okay. So I think we have done this recently, right? Right. I think we did it a couple of times, right?
Yeah.
So let me just demo some of these, and we have we have validated with clients many times over, and we get really good feedback. So see, for head of sales of a B2B company, see what's on the top of his or her mind is basically see how much are the total sales, what are my opportunities, right? Where do I stand? And what are the forecasted sales versus, and how do we compare that with my target that I'm supposed to achieve? Okay, so this is the highest priority item, right? If there is one thing that they're doing, this is what they're doing throughout the year. So and by the way, this is intended to be a weekly review dashboard. Okay, see what happens on a weekly basis is actually far more valuable than, let's say, what happens once a quarter, for example. Okay, so once a quarter, they spend limited amount of time on the dashboard. Okay, but what happens on a weekly basis is something that gets a lot of attention from them, is valuable from an organization standpoint, because it sort of drives value on a regular basis. And what drives value on a regular basis essentially delivers more value over a period of time as well. Okay, as opposed to something that gets delivered over a that gets reviewed only once in a while or intermittently. So okay, also look that, see, we have the total sales, and we have the opportunities. I think we just mentioned this one. So also notice the color coding that we have here, and you'll be able to see a similar thing as we go. See, once we look at the total sales, right, then the next one would be, hey, what are the how are my various geographies doing? And typically you have, let's say, maybe people in charge of various regions, and so the next immediate thing would be, hey, how are they going at this point in time? So that's why we have chosen to sort of give the region. It's also pictorial, so that also sort of helps. And you have the regions clearly color coded. You can see the west and the east and so on and so forth. And also we have followed a similar color coding, just like the total sales. The total sales is here, and opportunities and so on. Okay, so so following consistent color coding helps in basically the person being trained once, and then you are in a position to not have to mention that this is total sales. So for example, here we mentioned total sales right here, but here there's no mention of the total sales. It just says 8.77 million, and the light blue color is there. Okay, and they can mouse over, get additional information. That's not a problem. But we have chosen not to give, not to even label it. Okay, and that's a good thing, because you're able to save so much of screen. Okay, and once you have the region-wise information, you might want to drill down into specific areas of importance. An example of this would be California, right? California, just so you know, I think it accounts for something like 22 to 25% of the GDP of the US. Okay, so if you want to quickly check specific states, for example, you can mouse over and get additional information on that front. Okay, you can see California, right? What are the forecasted sales quota? That information is available here. We can potentially also maybe give a similar a chart right there. I think that's something that can be an improvement that we can make in this particular dashboard. So again, I think that the one of the key points here being all the statewide information. I think they have like 50 states or something, and all that information is there, but it doesn't clutter the view, right? So and on a mouse move, that information is available. So and the next piece here on the right hand side is, see, once you have all of this information, and typically, just so you know, right, our eye moves something like this. You know, so while this is the most important information that's on the top, and we have put it right where the eye meets the dashboard, we typically start reading from top left, and that's the reason why we have done this. And so typically our eyes go something like this. You scan it like this, and then you go from here and start to scan from here. So okay, this is the movement. If you Google, you know, the how the eye reads kind of information, so this is what you will see. And that's why we have put the top 10 customer performance information on the right hand side. Okay, and you can see there are like these various customers, and you know, we have a consistent color coding. And if you mouse over, you click on, there's something called Go to Salesforce dashboard, right? This is also something that our clients like, and we had recently implemented on, like, at least in one of the customers that we had implemented this one, right? And the client was very particular to have this feature, right? You click on the Go to Salesforce dashboard. You can see the link is already there. I'm already logged in, so it goes straight to that specific customer. Okay, that specific customer's dashboard within Salesforce. So it saves so much of time, because, you know, if you're thinking, okay, if I click on that, if I go there, if the link is not there, if you go there, what you have to do is you have to go to Salesforce, first log in, then you have to search, and then you have to find. So it is like a 7 or 8 click. Hey guys, oh, are you guys still able to? I think, I hope it's continuing. There's someone logged in. Okay. Fine, sorry.
I can still hear you.
Okay, great. Okay, so yeah, so so one of the key hindrances is, hey, how much activity do I have to do, okay, in order for me to get certain information? The more the number of activities that they have to do, fewer people are going to do it, okay, and they're going to sort of miss out. So what we're trying to do is, essentially, our goal is either activity to insight and activity to action. So we want to cut down these two. The more we are able to cut down, right, we can even measure by how many clicks is it going to take, how many things that they have to do before they can get to an insight. Okay, this is in fact something that Jagdish and I were talking recently, and Jagdish has done some really good stuff. I think he can probably show it in one of those in one of the sessions. You know, I think it's still improving, and it's, you know, it has already gotten pretty good. So how do you cut down the activity to insight, and how do you cut down activity to action? Okay, and if you measure that and cut it down, then you will be in a position to make dashboards much more user friendly and something that people can use you know, quickly, right? So so same with all the other customers as well. You have a Go to Salesforce dashboard, and each of it is customized to that particular customer. And also you have top 10 salesperson performance. These are the top salespeople that they have, and you can quickly glance through and get a view of what's going on. Again, you can similarly go to you know, salesperson dashboard and take action. And by the way, just for your information, if you go into the Salesforce, you will be able to see the most recent activity. So you have, you know, things like the cases, you know, and so on and so forth. You have notes and attachments where you'll be able to see what is going on. There's also just the activity. You can write an email, you can, you know, go to Chatter, and which is a chat facility kind of a thing. So you'll be able to take all these actions, either know additional information or take action. So these are the things that you know, the Salesforce link is helping. At the bottom, you have sales by product or service. You'll be able to quickly glance through what's going on there. Okay, so the next one is what's called Quota Attainment. Basically, this is sort of divided into the following categories. So you have progress since last week, quota achieved, and opportunities that need your intervention. So these are the 3 pieces that we have given here. So the progress since last week is really what the person needs to see. Okay, this is not, by the way, a laundry list of all the it's not a laundry list of all the leads, but it is basically what happened and what is it that the customer needs to know. So, and it's also divided conveniently. Opportunities one, added those that had significant progress, and where they lost opportunities, right? You can mouse over, see, by the way, eyeball it, get more information. You can see what's going on here. Salesperson and stuff like that. You can get basic information. You can also go to Salesforce and see that opportunity directly and immediately. Okay, that's something that is possible. So similarly, as you, the next one is quota achieved. This is one of the key features that we have, and something that drives a lot of value, which is that you have all the salespeople listed and the various managers. And you can see here, once you mouse over, the right hand side panel changes. So see, this one is similar to what we saw before. You can see basically Elisa's information. You have like 1.47 million of sales and so on and so forth. But at the same time, the right hand side panel lets you deep dive into various opportunities she's handling and recent activity in terms of opportunities one and so on. You can also go to Salesforce for that specific opportunity as well. So as you go from top to the bottom, right, you can sort of cover the ground in terms of the various salespeople and what they have done, right? And all the activity that is going on, you can cover a lot of ground. Something that takes maybe 2 hours or something like that can be done in about 15-20 minutes, if at all, right? You can potentially even make some calls during that time and be in a position to sort of know what has happened. Okay. So typically, see, executive team would probably have another call or something like that. So it doesn't happen. So while the intent is there, it may not just happen. So what this does is, within the time that they have, it makes them far more productive. Okay. The bottom, you have what's called opportunities that sort of need your intervention, right? So what you have here is basically assumes that the organization has a facility to call to the action, to the attention of the head of sales. If if a salesperson puts in saying that, okay, I need your help here, that shows up here. So this basically gleans together all the action items that the person is supposed to have. It might be through email, but it actually channels them here, because this is what the head of sales is looking. Right here, you'll be able to see for General Electric, for example, Jennifer Gonzalez. She has she wants some help with reviewing the bid points with the CEO. If you want to take some action, you can click right here and go to basically your email client, and then go ahead and email Jennifer. Or you can also go to Salesforce and basically pick up on what exactly that the person is supposed to saying, and maybe additional action like chatter, etc., is possible right from here. Okay, this is the second one. And the last one is called large deals. Basically, this gets the attention of head of sales, because these are the big items. Okay, so you make a difference here. You'll be able to, it makes a difference to whether you are able to achieve your target. So you'll be able to view it, go to Salesforce, take action. If something is missing here on the top, it is probably because it sort of got closed, and you'll be able to see here, for example, AutoNation. There's a specific deal. So the competitor was Verizon. So it says the reason for win or loss is effective solution provided, and Tara Wang was the person. You can click on go to Salesforce, go there and say, hey, Tara, good job. So all of that thing are possible through this. Or you can get to know additional information. Something got lost. You can see what are the updates that the person had put in as to why they lost the deal. Any other color that you would like to see in terms of what happened there. Okay. So, so the goal being that, see, the intent of the dashboard is, in a matter of maybe about 30 minutes or something like that, it gives you concrete way to be able to reach out and understand what exactly is going on in the organization, pull up all the action items. In fact, this can, like the daily plan that we have, this will give you the daily plan that you like to be able to be more effective. And our clients tell us that they are able to be more effective by about 25 to 30%. Okay, and very important person becomes 25% more productive, it will have a lot of positive ripple effect through the organization. Okay, so this is what one dashboard does the job. Okay, that's the beauty of it. And this is also, like we mentioned, it's almost like a daily thing or probably a weekly review thing that will give you a lot of stuff to look at, and a lot of action items to take. So yeah, this is what I wanted to present today for you guys. And yeah, if you have any questions, we can take those up.
I think one thing that really I liked was, like, I think it's in the second page or something, second tab, quota alignment. Yeah, it's the the top heat. This page I think I have not seen it keenly earlier. I don't know, but yeah, the top, whatever the heat maps we have, I think that's that I thought this was a really powerful way to convey, like what are the opportunities that are won, what are the opportunities in different stages. So yeah, it's at one single glance, it's conveying a lot of information that the user would want to take a look at it very very easy way, actually, in a very user friendly way. So it's I thought it's very nice way actually to put it through in that way. Normally when we think of heat maps, it's a heat maps are used for this purpose, but yeah, when you see that it's the use of heat maps in actions, yeah, it's more interesting.
Yeah,
it's nice one, nice dashboard, Chaitanya.
Yeah, our work.
Yeah, I have one question about the top opportunities. So are they closed one, or they are the open or top opportunities?
These are open ones. These are all open.
Not in here, per sales rep on the Quota Attainment. We are showing per sales rep top opportunities.
Yes. These are his or her top opportunities.
Okay, all the open ops, not the closed ones.
No, not the closed ones. The closed ones are, sort of, it's like bygones, right? So they are not useful at all. So the customer says, okay, I'm not interested anymore, or it got closed because they won the deal, right? So closed means that the opportunity is not there anymore, right? So these are the opportunities that are open and they are currently pursuing. Okay, all right. Any other questions?
Then in progress last week, we are seeing few numbers, right? The heat maps, right? Yes, 17 and 13 for opportunities. What are those numbers really?
So these are the opportunities that are listed here, the number of opportunities. Okay, and here also, these are the opportunities lost. These are the number of opportunities listed here. I think we can potentially add that here as well. But this is the number, and this sort of gives you the quantification.
Okay.
Chaitanya, in the sales performance tab, Jagdish, like how to impose the stacked bar on top of the map?
I believe, Chaitanya, can you hover on the bar?
Sure, yeah, I think there is basically.
I would assume that it's I'm also not quite sure that is something that
so this is what we've done. So I think,
it's a separate sheet. I would.
It's a separate sheet. Okay, so it's
okay.
It goes into this one. Yeah.
Okay. Understood. Thanks,
That is something, the feature that we are looking forward in Tableau. Hopefully, it's one of our clear features.
Yeah, I think because of also the I think you can now have a transparent background, right? Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, I think that also helps. I think we can improve here, because I think we no longer have to keep this. So what we did was basically this one has the same colored background, so that way when you put on it, it doesn't seem like it's a different one. Right? That's what we had done. I think right now we can get rid of the background, and we should be in a position to directly sort of show the transparent background, and so these things will like go away. This thing and this thing will go away now. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay, anything else? Any other questions? Okay, all right, guys. So thank you.